December 17th, Saint Olympia of Constantinople. Saint Olympia, the glory of the widows of the Eastern Church, was born of a noble and illustrious family. Left an orphan at a tender age, she was brought up by Theodosia, sister of Saint Amphilosius, a virtuous and prudent woman. At the age of 18, Olympias was regarded as a model of Christian virtues. It was then that she was married to Nebridius, a young man worthy of her. The new spouses promised one another to live in a perfect continence. After less than 2 years of this angelic union, Nebridius died and went to receive in heaven the reward of his virtues. The emperor would have engaged her in a second marriage, but she replied, "If God had destined me to live in the married state, he would not have taken my first spouse. The event which has broken my bonds shows me the way Providence has traced for me." She resolved to consecrate her life to prayer and penance, and to devote her fortune to the poor. She liberated all her slaves, who nonetheless wished to continue to serve her, and she administered her fortune as a trustee for the poor. The farthest cities, islands, deserts, and poor churches found themselves blessed through her charity. Nectarius, Archbishop of Constantinople, had a high esteem for the saintly widow and made her a deaconess of his church. The duties of a deaconess were to prepare the altar linens, instruct the catechumens, and aid the priests in works of charity. They made a vow of perpetual chastity. When St. John Chrysostom succeeded Nectarius, he had for Olympias no less respect than his predecessor, and through her aid he built a hospital for the sick and shelter for the elderly and orphans. He was exiled in the year 404, and he continued to encourage her in her good works by his letters. She assisted him to ransom some of his fellow captives. Saint Olympia, as one of Saint John's supporters, was persecuted. When she refused to deal with the usurper of the episcopal see, she was mistreated, and her goods were sold at a public auction. Finally, she too was banished with the entire community of nuns which she governed in Constantinople. Her illness added to her sufferings, but she never ceased her good works until her death in the year 410. She outlived the exiled patriarch by about 2 or 3 years. Do not lay upon yourselves treasure on earth, but in heaven, where neither rust nor moth consume.